Hello students, welcome to Mentor International School. Today we are going to study a very good topic, that is human nervous system. All the operations that you perform like sleeping, walking, talking, like I am speaking to you guys, I am telling you, I am delivering a lecture, I am holding this pencil in my hand. All these activities are controlled by the nervous system. Actually it's controlled by our brain, but human nervous system acts as a pathway that helps brain to manipulate all the things that we can do, for example writing or holding this pencil like this, any all those things that come in picture. So the human central nervous system is a very good tool in itself. It controls each and every functions of our body, like breathing, our rate of breathing, then our rate of heart beating, then stomach activities, liver activities, many other. Every each and everything is controlled by a brain through human nervous system. Okay, so we will be studying this in greater detail. But before that, human nervous system is of two types: CNS and PNS. Actually, there are three types: CNS, PNS, and ANS. But we don't want to go in that detail. First is CNS. CNS means central nervous system. Okay, the central nervous system, which is directly coordinated by your brain. And peripheral nervous system is the it's a small nervous system which is coordinated by a spinal cord. Okay, so here spinal cord acts as a brain and do all the things together. Okay, so for small operations like we'll discuss all these things together. You will get to know this. So this is your sensory receptors. I'll start from basics. So this is a brain. Okay, your brain is connected to your spinal cord. Just a second. I'll open a highlighter pen. Okay, so this is your brain over here. Hmm? This brain is connected to your spinal cord. Okay, your brain is connected to a spinal cord. This is your spinal cord. It is present in the vertebral column behind your back, and there are some other features like dorsal root ganglion and other things. So what happens is there is this peripheral nerve. Now let's come to over here, your body. So this is your body, and let's say this is a muscle, and I pinched here. Okay, to you. What will happen then? Let's say not pinched. Let's say that you are reading, and this pencil falls on your lap at the point over here. Here, let's say here, this is a point, and pencil falls. So you get to know that because of some sensation, that because of pressure of this pencil on your skin, that you get to know these things. How is it possible? Because of this structure. What happens? Let's see. So here what will happen, this is a sensory receptor over here. So pencil will fall, and the receptor will recognize that there is a pressure being applied. It will pass signals from here to the peripheral nerve, and it will pass signals over here. Then the signals will go to the brain, and the brain will process the information, pass again the signals over here, and it will go to the end part, or to this muscle. Okay, so this is how brain works actually. Now consider, see this. uh, let's say I want to lift this pencil. Okay, so the pencil is here, and I want to lift it up. What will happen? First thing, sensory receptors on my fingers will give information to brain. Okay, will give information to brain that I want to pick up the pencil, or brain will give information to the muscles that it has to pick up that pencil. Now how will it give information? First the brain will give signals, the signal will pass to spinal cord, and then through the motor neuron, peripheral nerve, and the motor ending. Here the motor ending, the nerve motor ending will be my tip of my hand. It will pick up the pencil and start working based upon the ideology or thinking of the brain. Okay, this is how it works. The sensory receptors then give signal that I have holded the pencil to the brain. Okay, this is how it happens. Then there is this reflex action. So reflex action is an important concept. Actually, the whole session of today's revolves around the reflex action. What happens actually in reflex action? Let's see. So if there is a fire or a hot object which you touch and you have no idea that it was hot, it was unintentional, and if you touch it, then you immediately draw your hand backwards. You don't think about it. Okay, you don't think that you have to draw your hand backwards, but it is already being done by your own body. How does this happen? This action is called reflex action. The automatic responses that are important for our survival, those are given by the spinal cord itself. Okay, the information is being accessed by spinal cord, not the brain. Okay, see here. Initially, if I wanted to pick up the pencil, the information was processed to the brain that I want to pick up the pencil. But over here, for reflex action, for life-threatening situations like these, and if the information is passed to the brain, it will take much more time. Okay, so what it happens is your spinal cord only act as a brain center, and it does the work automatically. It uh, snaps hand. Okay, it snaps hand before. That's what happens. So automatic responses since are important for survival. Similar responses to normal conscious action, but involves a relay neuron in the spinal cord. That's what is here. Okay, the sensory neuron and motor neuron. So this part of the I'll just clear all the drawings, just a second. Okay, so for the reflex action, if there is this receptor is here, then only this much part is available, or only this part is operational. Brain does not come in reflex action. Brain does not come in reflex action. Reflex action only involves this movement of a spinal cord and the sensory and receptor cells. Okay, that's it. And what happens is it travels to conscious area. So conscious area and subconscious area doesn't matter over here. See this. Uh, if you're touching a hot object, that hot object is will be stationary, and you will go on. You will touch it unintentionally. You don't know that it's hot, and if it is hot, then you will do it like this. This action over here, this action will be performed by the brain of spinal cord, not this big brain. Okay, spinal cord only will act as a brain, and it will do its job, and it travels the conscious area so that you know about the reflex after it has happened. Conscious area means this brain. Okay, this brain. Unconscious area means the brain of the spinal cord. Notice the difference. Okay, the spinal cord acts as a secondary brain, small, its own brain. Okay, so brain, the big brain of ours, contains spinal cord. Okay, and in reflex action, the spinal cord only acts as a brain. This is very interesting. And how is this happens is in the neurons. Okay, the neurons, the junctions between the neurons, those are called synapses. Their electrical impulses are exchanged and information is shared, that what exactly is happening. That's a little bit advanced. So it travels to the conscious area. So after the reflex has been done, so after you remove your hand, then the brain gets to know that you have removed the hand. Okay, that's what happens. And this is the reflex action. Check this out now. I'll just again explain you the thing. So let's say that this is your original position over here. Okay, this is your original position. Let me mark it as O. So what will happen if you touch this? You will immediately take off your hand. How is that happening? Let's see. So the sensors, the pain receptors in skin, will give sensors from here to the spinal cord, not the brain. It will give its message to spinal cord. Spinal cord will process the information, sensing the danger, and will give the message to your muscles to remove the hand directly from there, because there is a, it is a firewall. It is like a firewall that you must not touch it. Okay, so spinal cord gives the instructions to your muscles to not touch it, and it again goes back. And after it has been gone back, then after a second, the brain gets to know that this thing has happened. Okay, the spinal cord has taken decision to withdraw your hand from the hot object. This is what happens. This is called as a reflex arc. Okay, now let's say there is a think time for you. So let's see the notes. In reflex action, the receptor is stimulated and sends a signal to central nervous system, and the brain initiates a response in reflex action. Then reflex is involuntary, that is, you do not control them. Involuntary reaction means you do not control them. And instant reaction in response to stimuli. Okay, this is a response to stimuli. Then think time. What is discuss your reaction if you happen to touch something that is extremely hot, that I mentioned right now. When you touch something that is extremely hot, you immediately withdraw your hand. That is an instantaneous involuntary reaction. Okay. And another question that comes in mind is, do all the people have same reflex timings? Is that so? Hmm? No, definitely not. See, uh, first reaction after touching the reaction after touching the hot object. Not everyone have the same reflex timings. It depends upon each and individual's spinal cord, each and individual's brains, and many other things, many other complex things. It depends upon individual to individual, how much aware that individual is, how much capacity, or there are many other complications regarding that. But to answer to your questions, do all people have same reflex timings? No, it does not have. Uh, all people do not have the same reflex timings. Okay, so thank you and have a nice day.